Hi everybody, my name is Christina and I am Tarot and Comedy. Welcome to my channel. This is my first video, so I just wanted to make a nice little introductory video just to kind of explain who I am and what I want to try to do. Essentially, I like comedy, so I wanted to leave that realm of funniness in what I'm trying to create here. However, the main component is tarot cards. So yes, I am a tarot card reader. I've been studying tarot for about 7 to 8 years. However, my first deck was actually an oracle card, and that was given to me 10 years ago. And I'm going to tell you the story of it and how I kind of became interested in learning more about tarot cards and oracle cards and spirituality in general. So first and foremost, it all started off because I needed my high school hours, volunteer hours. So essentially in Canada, where I'm from, you need to have 40 hours of volunteer work to actually graduate high school. So, excuse me, however, so the first time, I don't know how this opportunity presented itself. All I know, I had to get into my mom's car and drive to Toronto because I was actually going to be a mic runner for a Hay House presenting A Night with the Mediums, which was John Holland and Colette Baron-Reid. So it was a really crazy night. I was the mic runner on one part of the section. So essentially, if they felt like a message was supposed to be on the left side of the theater, I was there. I handed the person the mic and then just ran around with the mic, essentially. We've all been to those type of events where that's literally what happens. Also, you might hear some general floor sanding in the background, and I want to apologize for that. It is the being of my nightmares at this point. Okay, however, back to the story. So I was the mic runner that night, and essentially when the whole thing was done, I was absolutely amazed. I wanted to go thank Colette and John for the opportunity, and we sat down and chatted, or I guess stood up and chatted, and yeah, I just asked them the questions I had, just how do you connect, how do I get into this, yada yada yada. Colette Baron-Reid gave me the Wisdom of Avalon deck, which I still have, and I still work with to this day, as a parting gift, which was so nice for me to receive that, because it actually brought me so much clarity throughout my high school days, because every so often something would happen and I would turn to the cards. Little did I know a few years later I would want to kind of pursue this as a career, and here I am. So I was just a teenager essentially, so the cards were a really nice gift. She left me a very nice message inside the book itself. I've actually tried to reach out to her, but I haven't had a response ever. But that's okay. She's Colette Baron-Reid, freaking master of the oracles, pretty much. Just with everything she's created is just spot on. Anywho, moving on. Colette Baron-Reid was probably the person who catapulted me into the metaphysical world, the spiritual world, and opened my eyes. Around 2015, however, I already had 2 tarot decks and my original oracle cards, and I was going through a really hard time. Actually, I was battling a little bit with alcoholism and drug use. And it wasn't until October 2015 where I took a weekend and I did a spiritual retreat where I was able to really hone my gift that I was given. And that spiritual retreat wasn't necessarily in regards to tarot cards. Actually, it had nothing to do with with tarot cards. It all had to be about connecting to your being and picking up what you intuitively pick up. So that weekend, I felt like I excelled into this spiritual realm where I was able to connect with my uncle, who has always been with me, but I just never understood it. I never really told anybody that I could see my dead uncle, and I really got to explore that part of myself and made sense of that part of myself. That weekend was the weekend where I really started, doing more oracle cards, pulling more tarot cards, having a basic understanding of what each card represents. That weekend, it was just one of the most beautiful weekends I've ever had. And growing up in my teenagehood, my neighbors were actually psychics themselves. They were medium and psychics, and they offered a course. And it was actually their spiritual retreat that I went to, and I got to experience all of this wonderful energy where I was able to, again, catapult in a sense into this metaphysical realm that I felt so much at home with. And yeah, so after that weekend, I signed up for a course with them to enhance my intuitive being. And it was about it was a few months long, and I went weekly, and I learned so much through that. And then I decided to move to Toronto, and I mean, I experienced more alcoholism and drug use, and throughout that time as well, I was doing tarot card readings for my friends and family, but it wasn't until, no, actually, throughout that whole time, I was doing readings, whether it was connecting to my friends whose parents or grandparents passed away, friends who passed away. I was able to, really experiment with what I felt like was a true gift that I had. Then 2018 hit. Again, I was going through such a rough phase. I was still studying tarot, but I find every time I have this fall down, I like to call it, I learned so much more about myself, and it's made me able to actually connect to myself even more once I go through these like pitiful times. And it wasn't until this whole COVID situation happened this year where I was able to say, yeah, I'm ready to branch out, experience more things, and experience other people and their energy. I was so used to doing readings for my friends, friends of friends, family friends, etc., that it gave me the confidence where I'm able to offer services. And especially the last 3 weeks, no, I'd say it's more like 5 or 6 now, I've been able to provide free readings for just people around the world who are in these different Facebook groups. And I realized that I have to stop self-doubting and just create, because I am put on this world to create and heal and experience. And I think that's kind of why I wanted to create this YouTube channel. I want to introduce a lot more of my spiritual friends. I want to talk more. I want to interview more. I want to bring everything that I've wanted to do into fruition, and that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm making this introductory video. I'm surprised that I've been able to ramble on for 8 minutes now, and I hope that you didn't get too lost in all of this rambling. But I just wanted to make an introduce myself, I guess, and just say welcome to my channel, and thank you for following along with this journey wherever it finds you. I'm hoping to do more tarot readings. I'm not too sure on how I want to go forth with reading tarot cards on the channel, but I'm sure it's gonna come to me someday. But I wanted to just make this video and explain my journey. I hope you have a really fantastic day, and thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you feel like it. There's no pressure. But yeah, take care, guys. Have a good one.